Yo, what it do, GG Nation, GG Legions, your fella again, Straussman, the GG. Yo, I want to gush about Returnal. I've been playing Returnal and loving it, and I might be jumping the gun that I'm going to say it's, Game of the Year material. It all really depends if God of War and Horizon comes out. But also, I want to, before we continue, just want to give a shout out to my boy Chuck. I saw he got Returnal. I didn't ignore you yesterday. I know you sent me a party invite, but I was already in another party, so my bad. Chuck, the honey badger himself. Love ya. Also, shout out to Chad, the Bearded Wonder. We were talking a little bit yesterday about Tales of Arise before our call got dropped, so shout out to you, the Bearded Wonder. Shout out to both of y'all. But I had a perfect ass run. Excuse my language. Such a perfect run in Returnal last night in the second biome. Probably like my only third or fourth time exploring that biome, but I got all the way to the boss and killed him the first time. And it was awesome. It was epic. It was such a fun experience. I just had a really good run. I pretty much explored the first biome all over again, leveled my health bar up, and then I found another level up for my health bar in the second biome, which I didn't. I explored I'd say probably a good 85% of it. There's still a couple in the first area in the second biome that I probably didn't explore, but I really just like how this game works. I just want to gush about it a little bit. Like I said, I'd probably jumping the gun a little bit saying it's Game of the Year potential. I mean, Sony might have a three-headed monster again for Game of the Year. Last year they had, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know they just extended that exclusivity for 6 more months, so it's not like a true, Sony first-party exclusive. You want to say that, but they sure as hell act like it. They definitely act like it. But they had, FF7 Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us Part 2. It could very well be Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, and definitely Horizon. I think Horizon's coming out this year. I really feel strongly about that. I do not feel strong about God of War at all. I think God of War is going to be next year, kiddos. I think it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting. I mean, we've still got 6 months left. E3's coming up. We're going to do a prediction show and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you sub if you're new and hit that noti bell so you get notified. I need to keep the streams back on. I know that. But I just love how this game works. I know it's tough. It would have really sucked. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I got all the way to that second boss, because it's quite the trek for the second boss, and probably didn't beat him the first time, but I was so well prepared. I just got everything I needed in that perfect run. And a lot of people get frustrated. I understand they want more of a save feature and stuff. There's a lot of people, a lot of gamers out there that are very casual. They don't like a challenge, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Sometimes you work so hard, you work your 9 to 5, you got your family, you got family activities, you got shit going on in life, and you come home and you're tired and you just want to enjoy a good story game or just play COD or play, Madden, yada, 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 you know what I'm saying? But for me, I appreciate games like this. I really appreciate games like Returnal. Doing something pretty unique. Did they completely change? Is it the most unique thing ever? No. It's a roguelike type of game where, if you die, you go back to the beginning. And a lot of people were complaining about that. It's hard for, but I like that. I appreciate the challenge. And I would even say it's a little bit harder than Sekiro and Dark Souls and stuff. At least those you have bonfires and stuff that you can light to give you kind of a waypoint to teleport to. I'm playing Code Vein right now, as well with my buddy Prandy, so shout out to him as well. I'm enjoying the hell out of that game as well. I mean, I took a really huge advantage of the sale. The Golden Week sale and the Spring sale. I bought so many games. I'm so far behind. Mass Effect Trilogy comes out tonight as well. We're going to try to get you those spoiler casts as fast as possible with Returnal, Resident Evil, and Mass Effect Trilogy. I know Mass Effect Trilogy is an old game, but I do want to talk about it. I do really want to talk about it because 1 and 3 are going to be very new experiences for me. I love 2, and I heard a lot of people, you know, like 1 more, like how 1 was more open and 2 is more kind of more narrow focused. But that's what I kind of appreciated of 2. I'm like, man, I really like these characters in 2. And I have a weird habit of that. Like, sometimes I won't play the first game. I'll just go right to the second game. Or third game, or whatever line that is. I won't play games from the beginning. I'll do that later if I really like that game. But I never really did it with Mass Effect 1 and 3. I just really loved 2. I thought 2 was just an excellent experience. So that's probably the one I'm most excited to play again in Platinum. But I know our last video was Resident Evil 8, but man, Returnal, I know a lot of you are, it's a struggle right now for a PS5, but keep grinding, don't give up. I mean, it's going to be worth it if you get it. They just announced 2 new controller colors as well, which I'm excited about because I'm probably going to get the red. I'm going to aim for the red one. Like, I'll settle for the black controller, but I will aim for the red one. That's the one I want to get. But man, I just want to gush about this game Returnal. It's just excellent. It's just really fun. The guys that did, you know, Housemarque that made, you know, Resogun made this game. Like, it took them a long time. This is a cool part about PS5. They'll have, like, if you click on the game on the PlayStation Store, they'll have, like, developer diaries and stuff like that. For their exclusive games, and they did it for Returnal a lot, and I like listened to their pod like almost weekly because, and it was short, it was only like 5, you know, 10-minute snippets of it, but it got me invested in the lore, and it's why I really like this game, because it's not like the other third-person action games where, you know, God of War and Horizon, maybe more of a slower build-up for story. Like, I don't know the story completely yet. Of Returnal, but I just like what's happening to Selene and this, you know, alien planet and this unique fauna. Kind of having that Soulsborne like lore where you kind of just gotta piece things together, but they're doing it visually impressively with cutscenes as well, though, which is interesting, which I really like. And Code Vein does that as well. Code Vein has a good amount of cutscenes. Just not boss cutscenes. They have cutscenes of dialogue and stuff, and I like games that do that. I really like story. I really value story, and that's why I was really harsh on Last of Us Part 2 for Game of the Year, because I did not like the story of that game. You know, compared and but I'm jumping the gun, but I think Returnal is gonna get nominated. I don't think it's gonna win it, but it's gonna get nominated. But I just like the game mechanics, the flow of the game, the smoothness of the game. It just has that Sony quality of first party where some of their first party didn't. Like, Lou and I talked on the pod, like, Days Gone did not have that Sony quality, and that's why it was probably disappointing for Sony. And that's why, you know, maybe we might not get a Days Gone 2. I think we will, though. I know I'm rambling a little bit. I tend to do this, but I just wanted to gush a little bit about Returnal. Make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. Comment down below. And definitely sub if you're new. Hit that noti bell. Tell me what you think, though. Like, anyone that's playing Returnal, all my buddies, or everybody that has a PS5, I mean, there's like over 8 million PS5s out there that in people's homes, so I mean, they're selling incredibly well. But I just wanted to gush a little bit, get you guys a video. I know there's a Venom trailer floating around for the new Venom movie. I was going to do a reaction to that. I still might do that during this weekend, but I appreciate all the love. Guys and gals, thank you so much. I've been your fellow Strauss man, the GG. Howdy.